Sup? It is so weird him not talking in the beginning of it, but that shit crazy. I still go for it though. I'm still with it.
In many countries, there are large sewer pipes that run directly underneath the streets that work their way down all the way to treatment plants where our waste is disposed of. Workers who maintain these pipes need a way to get down into them, and so they use what are called manholes, which are these intentionally cut vertical shafts that are just wide enough that a full-grown man could get through it. And usually when you pull the lid off, there is a ladder on the inside of the shaft that allows the worker to actually climb down safely and reach the bottom, which is the sewer pipe.
Oh,
now, not every manhole goes down to the exact same depth. In fact, it varies pretty dramatically because the sewer pipes actually function on gravity, and so the closer you get to its final destination where the flow is actually going, so treatment centers, the deeper the manholes are going to get, whereas at the top of the sewer pipe, it'll be much shallower. And so you're going to have a huge range of the depth of these manholes. In some cases, like in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, right near their treatment center, there are manholes that go hundreds of feet down that people walking through Milwaukee, Wisconsin would step right on top of the cover, not knowing that they're standing over this massive chasm. But speaking of the covers that sit on top of these manholes, if you've looked down in any developed city, you've seen a manhole cover. They are those big cast iron circular lids that are usually in the middle of the street or sometimes right on the sidewalk. These lids are there specifically to protect us from falling into a manhole, because obviously that would be a very bad day if you were to fall in. And so the lid, that big lid, is extremely heavy for that reason. They don't want people being able to lift them off or cars hit them and knock them out. So they're very, very heavy. That's the protective measure number one. And the second protective measure is the lid is round on purpose. It can't flip and then go down into the circular shaft. It sits on a lip, and so no matter how you flip it around, it will be too big to fall through the hole. But those two protective measures only work if the lid is actually doing its job and is on top of the manhole cover. Sometimes when workers need to go into the manhole, they have to obviously remove the manhole cover, and all of a sudden you have this huge hazard. And so normally in places like New York City, anytime there is work being done in a manhole and that cover needs to come off, they will block off the entire section of the street with tape and signs that basically tell people, stay away from this area. There is an open manhole and it can be fatal if you fall inside.
Somebody fall in a manhole.
And by and large, people listen and they don't go anywhere near the manhole. But these precautions sometimes can't save everyone. On September 30th, 2019, 41-year-old Cesar Cortez was drunk in New York City.
Wow.
He was stumbling around when he came across a work site where there was an open manhole. In his inebriated state, he barged through the yellow tape and pushed aside signs and walked directly onto the work site. And CCTV picked him up at 2:30 in the morning, wandering through the work site right towards the open manhole, and sure enough, he walked right over it and disappeared and fell 20 feet to the bottom. It would turn out the crew that was responsible for working in this manhole had recently come out and they were getting ready to leave for the night, and there was just this perfect window of time where Cesar basically wandered in and no one saw him. And so shortly after he fell, the workers came back over to the open manhole. They put the cover back on top because they did not know Cesar was down there and he wasn't calling out to them, and they left. It would be 2 weeks before this crew came back to this work site to do more work inside of the sewer. And so when they opened up the manhole cover, they were hit with this horrifying smell that even by sewer standards, this was truly putrid and disgusting. And so they backed up for a second, and then they went back over to the lip and they looked down, and to their horror was Cesar Cortez laying at the bottom, clearly deceased, being consumed by sewer rats. While the medical examiner has not come out and given an official cause of death for Cesar, there is some gruesome speculation that perhaps he survived the fall into the manhole but was knocked unconscious, and that's why he wasn't able to yell up for help, and then the lid went back over, and then he was trapped in this pitch black sewer with no help coming, no one knows he's down there, and he's surrounded by thousands of very hungry rats. So that's going to do it, guys. If you found the secret in today's video, let us know in the comments what it is and where you found it. So give us the timestamp. And if you're the first person to do that, we will pin you at the top of the comments section. If you enjoyed today's video and you haven't done this already, please replace the like button's hand sanitizer with baby oil and then also put a perfectly flat layer of saran wrap over their toilet bowl. Also, please subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly 3, 4, even 5 video uploads. If you want to get in touch with me, you can direct message me on Instagram or on Twitter. My username for both platforms is the same. It's JohnBallen416. I also have a ton of content over on TikTok where my username is MrBallen. If you have a story suggestion, please submit it to our subreddit just called MrBallen. It's linked in the description below. So whether I see you on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, YouTube, or some combination, just know that I really appreciate your support. And until next time, that's going to do it. See ya.
Okay, I would say sue the workers or sue the city, but then again, he was drunk. So it's like, I don't feel like nothing could have been done, you know, but damn, 20 feet, you're either dead, unconscious, or you broke some shit. Either way, you're laying there for a long time. Or you're not, and you're crawling, or you're moving very slow. But then again, like you said, you got some very hungry, hundreds of rats that are hungry. Because if that fall didn't kill him, them rats did. And oh my God, if he felt that. If he was eaten alive and he felt that, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my. Okay, and then that's another thing. It's New York, so I feel like, people are just about their business. You know what I mean? But like nobody, I know somebody had to see this mother clucker and tried to like, I know somebody had to have seen him, but probably didn't really do nothing. And they probably feel guilty now. Or I don't know how they feel. But it's just like, it's New York. Somebody had to see this mother clucker, but didn't do nothing. That shit crazy. I think I would have done something. Yeah. Jesus. Keep it cool, keep it classy, and I love you. Stay happy, my family.